This video is not intended to inspire any conflicts. It is provided solely for informational purposes, including all content and images. New Zealand's military power. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth military analyses. Hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Made by @DevDataPlanet YouTube channel 2025. $1.9 billion budget, active duty, 15,000 personnel, Air Force, approximately 50 aircraft. New Zealand ranks 86 out of 145 in the Global Firepower Index. Introduction. The New Zealand Defence Force, NZDF, known in Maori as Te Ope Katua o Aotearoa, Line of Defence of New Zealand, is the unified military of New Zealand, responsible for protecting national security, promoting regional interests, and supporting peacekeeping and humanitarian missions. Comprising the Royal New Zealand Navy, RNZN, New Zealand Army, and Royal New Zealand Air Force, RNZAF, the NZDF operates under the Ministry of Defence, with Air Marshal Tony Davies as Chief of Defence Force and Governor-General Cindy Kiero as Commander-in-Chief, representing King Charles III as of September 10, 2025. New Zealand ranks 86th globally in military power, Global Firepower 2025, focusing on interoperability, disaster relief, and regional security rather than large-scale combat. This report details its structure, capabilities, and strategic role, drawing on reliable sources. Historical context. The NZDF's origins trace to the 1840s with British imperial troops and local militias, post-Treaty of Waitangi. The armed constabulary, formed in 1846, served dual roles as police and militia during the New Zealand Wars, 1845 to 1872. The modern NZDF evolved through the Defence Act 1886, establishing a permanent militia, and the Defence Act 1909, which introduced compulsory military training and created the territorial force. The Royal New Zealand Navy, RNZN, became independent in 1941, previously a division of the British Royal Navy. New Zealand forces served in major conflicts, including the Second Boer War, 1899 to 1902, World Wars I and II, the Korean War, Malayan Emergency, Vietnam War, and recent operations in Iraq and Afghanistan. The NZDF's historical ties with Australia, particularly through the ANZAC legacy, formed during the 1915 Gallipoli campaign, remain a cornerstone of its strategic posture. Manpower, total personnel, approximately 15,383 as of June 2024. Regular forces, approximately 10,037, Army, approximately 4,500, Navy, approximately 3,000, Air Force, approximately 2,500, Reserves, approximately 3,281, Civilian staff, approximately 3,294. Conscription, none. All volunteer force since compulsory training ended in the late 1960s. Recruitment open to ages 17 to 50, with women in all roles since 2000. Foreign personnel, limited to advisors from Australia, the US, and the UK for joint exercises, for example, RIMPAC, Talisman Sabre. Reach, approximately 47,000 reaching military age annually, rank 96 out of 145 globally. Land power, structure. The New Zealand Army, or Ngati Tumatawenga, Tribe of the God of War, is organized around a single brigade construct, 1st Brigade, with infantry, cavalry, field artillery, combat engineers, signals, and logistics units. Includes the New Zealand Special Air Service, NZSAS, under Special Operations Component Command. Key bases include Linton, Burnham, Papakura, and Waiyuru military camps. Equipment: approximately 100 New Zealand LAVs, LAV-3, armored vehicles, 24 Bushmaster PMVs, approximately 50 artillery pieces, L119 light gun, and small arms, LMT Mars L rifles, M203 grenade launchers. Air defense limited to manpads, e.g. Mistral. Capabilities: focused on light infantry and motorized operations, with expertise in peacekeeping and disaster relief. The NZSAS, with approximately 100 personnel, excels in counterterrorism and special operations, notably in Afghanistan, 2001 to 2021, earning a U.S. Presidential Unit citation in 2004. AIR Power. Structure: the Royal New Zealand Air Force, NZDF, operates from bases at Auckland, Wainuape, Ohakea, and Woodbourne, with squadrons for maritime patrol, transport, and helicopters. Aircraft: approximately 50 aircraft, including 4 Boeing P-8A Poseidon Maritime Patrol aircraft, 5 Lockheed C-130H, Hercules, 2 Boeing 757-2K2, 5 Augusta Westland, A-109 helicopters, 8 NH-90 helicopters, and 8 SH-2 GI Sea Sprite helicopters. No combat aircraft since A-4 Skyhawk retirement in 2001. Capabilities: specializes in maritime surveillance, transport, and search and rescue. P-8, A Poseidon's enhance Indo-Pacific patrol capabilities. Limited air combat capacity restricts offensive operations. Naval Power. Structure: the Royal New Zealand Navy, RNZN, operates from Devonport Naval Base, with 2 escort flotillas and a sustainment fleet. Fleet: 9 vessels including 2 Anzac-class frigates, HMNZS Te Kaha, Timana, 2 offshore patrol vessels, HMNZS Otago Wellington, 1 amphibious sealift vessel, HMNZS Canterbury, 1 dive hydrographic vessel, 2 inshore patrol vessels, and 1 polar-class sustainment vessel, HMNZS Aotearoa, equipped with limited missile systems, EEG, Sea Scepter. Capabilities: focused on maritime security, fisheries protection, and disaster relief in the South Pacific. Limited blue water combat capacity but participates in multinational exercises like RIMPAC. Missile defense. Systems: minimal. Includes Sea Scepter, naval air defense, and Mistral manpads. No ballistic missiles or advanced air defense systems. Dash capabilities: defensive posture with reliance on allies, for example, U.S., Australia, for missile defense. Defense spending. Budget: approximately 3.2 billion New Zealand dollars, approximately 1.9 billion US dollars, 1.5% of GDP, increased in 2023/2024 for pay rises, equipment, and intelligence, minus procurement. Sources include the US P-8A Poseidon, Bushmaster, Australia Anzac frigates, and Europe NH-90 helicopters. Domestic production limited to small craft and maintenance. Modernization. Focus on replacing C-130H Hercules with C-130J-30, delivery 2025 to 2026, and enhancing cyber and intelligence capabilities. Strategic alliances. Australia, closest partner via Anzac Legacy and ANZUS Treaty 1952, with joint exercises like Talisman Sabre and officer exchanges at Australia's Royal Military College Duntroon. United States, key ally under ANZUS, with joint exercises, Keen Sword, RIMPAC, and equipment interoperability. 5 Power Defense Arrangements, FPDA, member with Australia, Malaysia, Singapore, and the UK, focusing on Indo-Pacific security. UN and regional contributes approximately 200 personnel to UN peacekeeping, e.g., South Sudan, Sinai, and disaster relief, e.g., 2011 Christchurch earthquake, 2016 Fiji cyclone. NATO and Quad engages in NATO partner dialogues and supports Quad US, Australia, India, Japan initiatives indirectly. Domestic defense industry. Capabilities. Limited to maintenance and small-scale production, e.g., PAC-CT/4 Air Trainer. Relies heavily on imports for major systems. Developments. KAHU. Aerospace explores drone production but no significant domestic arms industry. Strategic role. The NZDF's role is shaped by New Zealand's geographic isolation and pacifist-leaning foreign policy. Maritime security protects exclusive economic zone, EEZ, and South Pacific trade routes, with P-8A Poseidons monitoring Chinese and Russian naval activity. Peacekeeping and humanitarian aid leads regional disaster response, e.g., 2016 Fiji cyclone, 2023 Turkey earthquake, and UN missions in Sinai and South Sudan. Counterterrorism. NZDF supports coalition operations, notably in Afghanistan 2001 to 2021. Allegations of civilian casualties during Operation Burnham 2010 remain controversial. Regional stability strengthens Pacific ties via exercises with Australia, Fiji, and Tonga, countering Chinese influence in the South Pacific. All hazards approach integrates with civil agencies for natural disasters, e.g., 2011 Christchurch earthquake, 2020 COVID-19 response. Challenges. Weaknesses. No air combat capability. A-4 Skyhawks, retired 2001, limited naval firepower and small manpower pool due to a population of approximately 5.2 million. Economic constraints, budget, approximately 1.5% GDP, limits modernization, with reliance on U.S. and Australian support. Recruitment, faces skilled labor shortages exacerbated by border restrictions during COVID-19, impacting readiness for large-scale crises. Criticism. Social media and analysts note the NZDF's limited offensive capacity and question its ability to counter major powers independently. The NZSAS's operation. Burnham controversy raised ethical concerns. Conclusion. As of September 2025, the New Zealand Defence Force, with approximately 15,383 personnel and a $1.9 billion USD budget, ranks 86th globally, excelling in maritime security, peacekeeping, and disaster relief. Its Army, Navy, and Air Force field modern assets like NZLAVS, P-8A Poseidons, and Anzac frigates, supported by strong alliances with Australia, the US, and FPDA partners. The NZSAS enhances counterterrorism capabilities, but the lack of air combat and limited manpower constrain offensive power. Focused on regional stability and humanitarian missions, the NZDF remains a professional, interoperable force despite economic and recruitment challenges. Thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth military analyses. Hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Made by @DevDataPlanet YouTube channel 2025.